be like, who the fuck is spying on me, Mom? And she'd never tell me.
All right, I started streaming, and we're back here. All right, cool. All right, welcome again, guys, to little campaign I did together for fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. It's name still pending, but I'll Scrumpasa.
I like it. Scampasa.
um, so last time, it was a bit of a
Previously,
huh?
previously,
Previous
On Isle of Dragon Ball Z.
Isle of Dracula. Uh,
Search for the Dragon
you
Balls.
guys arrived. You guys had arrived at the harbor. You had dealt with some people throwing some shenanigans together. One person probably attempting to destroy the ship. Had been sent by a noble, seemingly noble that seemed against for some reason for your guys' journey, especially considering you guys were going with the peasant. That is Cade. Or for some reason, even though he did rescue the king's son. Although the other nobles didn't seem too against it, so. And you met with, very briefly, a man who helped you arrest said noble merchant with a large variety of scrolls of very high caliber. You very briefly met with him, didn't really trade anything with him, I believe, and you set off with the ship captain who.
Wormtail.
Yeah, Captain Wormtail, who led you to the ship, and as were setting off, a very large creature were it seemingly was about to attack your boat, but instead ended up speaking. And that creature, a large a huge monstrosity, squid,
Subjective.
spoke and warned you about. Well, it spoke to you and used the voice of the god of the goddess of the sea, and briefly spoke. She seemed disappointed by something that you did or did not do.
She's a fickle mistress, my queen. She doesn't even know
In a
what she
way.
wants other than death.
Although she did say that um see what she did say that there was something on this island, something in the water, something in the island that was preventing their influence over the waters, which is
in the
very
Queen Beach.
Who
very
did
insane.
challenge
And
Leo?
so you guys actually have another quest because of this. You guys have the option of destroying whatever either worshippers or idol you see of, because you know it's a god. So and you know this god is somehow, or something about this god is influencing this island to prevent her from spreading her influence. And so you have another quest if you wish to do so, to destroy any idol or any shrine or any worshippers of Kelimvor in that island.
Kalimvor.
You rolled low on on figuring out who that is, but you know it's some sort of god.
Yeah, he's the god of the dead. How did I roll low? Because I was too distracted by the Kraken.
All right, and then as you get close to the island, the ship captain he takes a look at the island and takes a look at you guys, and he says, "Hmm. Well, I don't really like the look of that shipwreck over there. I believe it's wise for me to perhaps be a little bit away from the water. I shall let you all borrow this here rescue boat here to get closer." He motions towards the boat on the side. That's a bit cramped if you were all to squeeze in there.
Okay.
Do you try to? What do you do?
Hiniwa uses her shape water cantrip right next to them and just makes her own boat out of water. Does that work? Would that work? Do you think, Galtharian?
What?
I don't
Sorry?
think
So
so.
she's on the ocean, right? Can I use
Yeah.
shape water to
Yeah.
form like a boat of water? Or would she just slip right through it if she went to go stand on it? Because I guess it's not rushing water.
No, you can freeze it. You can freeze the water to make ice. You can make a little 5 foot by 5 foot ice boat.
Oh, you could do that.
There we go. I will do exactly that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I use
It
shape
lasts 1
water
hour. You know.
Oh,
for 1 hour exactly. I use shape water and I use would it be frostbite? I think it would be. Wait, call to the wave. What's this? Oh, cool. Frostbite should work on a field. Yep, that's what I'll do. And I'm just next to them. And I'm pulling out along. I wish you could see that I am doing my thing there. But
you guys get aboard the ship, Cade or the little ship, I guess, the little boat. Or you guys want to choose something else, perhaps?
does
Can
anyone
I?
want to
Sorry,
get
Cade
on
and
my ice
Julian.
boat?
Huh?
I'll be back in a second. Sorry, guys. I have
Oh,
to do one thing.
yeah, no problem.
Wonder if anyone would like to get on my ice boat.
It'll be really cramped. It's just a 5x5 boat.
Yeah, it
I
starts to
would
wobble.
prefer the wood boat over the ice boat. I feel like it would be very cold, and I don't think I would enjoy it being that cold.
Anyway, looks at Julian and she's just like, but there's room.
There's also cold.
You make a fair point. I don't feel the cold.
Fair
The
enough.
cold? It is a foreign concept.
The cold never bothered her anyways.
Yes.
Never bother me anyway. Let go. I'm gonna go. I let go. No, I start singing the song and I let go of my ice sheet and I realize I have to get in the fucking boat.
You let it go.
Yeah, exactly. I let it go. I start singing the song and my character just lets go of the ice sheet.
Back. Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do a speed test because my tenant's having trouble finding a. We don't have fiber here. They're struggling to find someone with a decent connection, and I sent what I have. So I needed a speed test with nothing going on, so they can decide.
Hmm.
This has been a very stressful move.
Hmm.
Anyway,
All right, we are ready, my friend.
oh,
Looking at my water.
I got you an
I
ice boat here.
I wish I could just do spells. Like, I wish there wasn't any of this spell slot bullshit.
Like a Skyrim type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A mana based system.
Oh, I
You,
love
you know there is a variation to use mana instead of spell slot, right?
Really? Huh.
Well, in that variation, are there ways to like reaccumulate your mana throughout the day, or do you still have to wait for a long rest?
So
That's what
no.
shit
So,
kills me.
so the thing is, you still the vanilla version is, and it's in the master in the D&D, the Dungeon Master Guide. Basically, it converts all your spell slot into spell points, and whenever you cast a spell, you consume a certain amount of spell points, which allows you to have a lot more flexibility. So instead of basically assume like that each is 1 point for level to make it easy. I don't remember the exact number, but this means that at the like if you have 4 spell slots of level 1 and 2 of level 2, you have instead uh, 8 spell points because there are 4 level 1 and 2 level 2,
Oh.
which means you can either cast 8 level 1 spells, or do all these kind of things, or
I actually
upcast
kind of
level.
like that because sometimes there's certain like spells that I like more in the lower
Yeah.
levels.
Hmm. That actually does.
So I use that with some friends. I tried it out. I mean, it's mostly okay, especially if you can count it automatically. However, I added some modification, so there would be around mana potions and places where you can replenish your mana.
Okay, so you don't like passively regenerate it.
No, you regenerate it when you do the long rest.
Oh, okay, okay.
However, you can also find places that are rich in mana and allow
Oh,
you to regenerate it, or potions that you can drink halfway through a fight to
okay.
get back some of your spell points to make it more, we never got to that point because we had to stop the campaign, but that was a variation I tried to introduce
Hmm,
too.
okay.
Hmm.
But the basic version is just a bit more flexibility on the spell slot. It's the same. It's literally the same amount. If you cast the same amount of spells of the same levels that you have normally, you consume all the spell points precisely.
All right. Well, I made I got you a little ice boat here,
Yeah, I'm on my little ice,
and
and I'm just humming it. Let it go,
so
and I'm
Julian.
and I'm not letting go.
so, so Julian, you get on the wooden boat, the little wooden boat.
You can also use shape water to change the direction of the water, to basically the boat can self row toward wherever you want.
I'm imagining her doing that's I'm glad you said that because that is what I assumed that she'd be doing. Otherwise, she's just floating further and further away from you guys.
So basically, the wooden boat up. This is where we have to leave the boat. Am I correct? Behind this thing.
Yes. Unless you want to move closer to the island.
No, but this is a good spot to also safeguard the boat to go back. I'm
Hmm.
guessing.
Be careful of the rocks as the tides go out. We may be stranded. But if the tides come in, they may take our boat.
Well,
Searching
I
for
guess we can
treasure.
always tie it. We can tie it loose.
Uh,
So
Before you leave, Cade,
I die.
since since you're the last one to leave, the ship captain, Captain Wormtail, he hands you a scroll. He says,
Oh,
here, the king wanted me to let you have this. He says to use it only when it's really necessary.
Okay, I check what scroll is that.
It is a. What is it called? It is ascending spell. It's shoot.
Ah, descending. Okay, into one. Manage inventory.
Guys, did we
Scroll
take a short
ascending.
rest? We don't
Yes.
need to yet, right?
I was trying to make sure I got the right name.
What? Sorry.
We haven't taken a short rest and we're not going to, right? Not yet, anyway.
I think we are full. We had long rests.
No, I've got a talking doll, that's all. I was gonna train the talking doll to recite the dogma of Umberlee and leave it on the boat with Captain Wormtail, who honestly needs to practice a little bit better. He seems very unaware of the person's domain he's entering.
Right, so he gives you the scroll, and you get.
I give him a talking doll.
Oh, you give him a talking note. He's like, do I need this for something?
And it says, "Fear my wrath as you enter my domains."
The doll says that.
Yeah.
He he, he goes ah, and then he drops it. And he kicks it.
Okay.
It flies.
Totally
It flies
fine.
across the ship.
It doesn't fly out of the ship, it flies across the ship.
Across the ship, yeah.
Oh, perfect. I leave it then. If he threw it out, I was going to send a wave to just pop it back in. You hear it squeak from the side. Mercy is for the weak. Suffering is where you find yourself true. I'm now taking that down to 1, but not taking it out of my inventory because I want to keep the little picture. All right.
All right, you guys arrive on the ship. You see, or arrive on the island. That is. You guys see a lot of greenery around. A light fog covers this area here. You've already gotten familiar with this fog. It's
We have
it's a tad bit
dispelled the
poisonous.
fog. Have we not dispelled the fog because
It
Julian did dispel it?
You did. However, this island is
there's
in
the source.
constant constantly covered by it, it seems.
All right.
You may have
Boys,
temporarily hindered it from a distance, but it seems to be returning.
what will you guys do then? Hinuai is completely immune. Well, not immune. She's resistant. Yeah, no, she's immune. Guys, she's immune to poison. So she's fine. Do you need any help or can you guys sort yourself out? She can offer you an air bubble, which will last. It doesn't say how long it lasts.
We can just swim.
I'm just saying for this fog that is enveloping the island, guys. This toxic fog
But
that the
is the
island
fog on the island here,
or only the
or the
water.
fog only here
It is
where we
much. It is
did
much.
this?
It's a little bit denser here, but it starts from here.
Starts from here. And it look like it continues throughout the island, like it looks like we're going to be in this because
Yes.
Hinuai starts to get that tingling feeling where she likes it. She feels like it's like a scratch on your back, but she knows it's dangerous to other species, to other creatures. And she's like, oh, I don't think they're going to like this. So she turns to him, she goes,
You do see in some parts of the island from a distance, you see much denser looking fog. Or
okay.
a much more concentrated, so much so that you can't see anything in there.
So Hinuai's
How
on her little
high?
ice boat and she looks to you guys to see if you guys start coughing and dying. She's kind of just monitoring.
What was that?
For now, we are not in the mist. Am I correct?
You're not.
We're about to be in it. Is that it?
You
Do
are.
we know exactly what's the mist or just random mist? Seems like.
Well, yes. I believe you rolled on it, and you said it is similar to the spell Poison Cloud. I
Yes,
think at
and
least
that's why
that, but that's I
Julian
think that's
dispelled
the
it.
similar
Yeah, that makes total sense because that's why Julian was like, "Yeah, I got to dispel this."
Toxic Cloud.
Yep.
You have.
Drink lots of water.
You said you have bubble something.
Are you actually immune to poison?
Yes, I'm immune to poison, not resistant. I'm immune. I have
Wow.
air.
Okay.
Sorry, I have air bubble.
How long does it last?
It doesn't say. So what does that mean?
Air bubble.
Yeah, let me check. In the
Yes,
beyond.
please. Oh no, it says 24 hours. I'm sorry. It's in
Oh.
properties. I'm just reading description and being a dickhead. I'll do it. It's 24 hours. Shall I do it for both of you?
Air bubble. Oh, it's in the spell gem. Wiki.
It's 24 hours.
It
I
seems
think
good,
that we're
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna ruin a whole lot of Tavish's plans. Let's do it, guys.
well, the thing is, that there was I think there was a way for you guys to get something like this early on, but yeah, you missed it.
Oh well, fuck.
Air bubble. Okay. Let me see. Somatic one. Create a spectral globe around the head of a willing creature you can see within range. The globe is filled with the fresh air that lasts until
Oh,
the spell ends. Yes,
fresh
that
air.
works very
That's
well.
quite nice.
Yeah.
If the creature has more than one head, the globe will appear on only one of its head.
Huh. 4 hydras.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
cast this spell using a slot of third or higher, you can create 2 additional globes
Oh.
of fresh air for each slot above level 2. So either you cast it once at level 3, or you
Ah.
cast it at level 2.
Oh.
Okay,
Which
I'm
do
just
you
going to quickly
use?
look over my level 2 spells and see how useful they are and compare them with my level 3s. Give me one moment. If you guys want to plan what we're doing on the
You
island,
can
I will.
also make it one for you.
I don't need one.
I think you're immune to the poison condition, but you're resistant to poison
Oh.
damage.
No, it says here, oh, sorry. My resistances are acid and fire. My immunities are poison, disease, and poisoned. It's got both poison
Oh.
and poisoned. I can't have either
Oh,
happen to me. This is a
Oh.
water genasi trait, by the way. I didn't do anything. It's just
Okay.
because she's water genasi.
yeah. You
It's
just said I don't.
No,
They
I love
changed
it.
for the thing last.
That was me cataloging information in my brain, actually, me saying that out loud. Sorry, my bad.
Wait, I see resistance to acid damage only.
To what damage only?
On on D&D Beyond, I see resistance to only acid
Oh, I'm looking at
damage.
your. I'm actually basing this all off what I'm seeing in Foundry.
Wait a second.
Maybe that's wrong. Is that the wrong thing? Because I'm basing it off what I see on my character sheet.
I don't know what you.
Shall
Maybe
I?
something else gives you it.
No, I'm logging in to check the character sheet.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm sorry you have to do that.
No, it's fine. It's because I see acid resistance. I see. Maybe you
Well,
get it
because
from
you can
something
totally
else.
explain it. Yeah, I'd love to know because I'm just basing it off because it does have both. It has poison and poisoned. So I just made the calculated leap that covered it all. Whereas why did it have both?
Okay. Immunity to poison, disease, and poison. I see that in
See?
your character sheet, but where it
Yeah.
comes from?
I do
Natural
not know.
recovery bonus. I do not know. Can't reverse a lens stride. Wild shape.
So I read two
Natural
different
war.
Autogenasi descriptions, by the way. There's one that's before 5e. No, there's two within 5e. What was it? There was two different types. What is it called? And I think you even explained it to me a little bit.
In your character sheet it says only acid resistance. I don't know where it comes from. What is this spell effect?
In my character sheet, it says acid resistance and fire resistance. If you look at my character sheet.
Feature. Yeah, you have some. I believe you have an object that gives you this. Wait a
Oh, maybe you
second.
do.
Because I
Hmm.
see you have an effect called Nature's Ward.
Oh, that's an effect.
Is that because I'm a druid?
Possibly.
No, let me check what is Nature's Ward. Nature, Nature's Ward. You can be charmed, frightened by elemental, immune to poison and disease. Is the Circle of the
Oh.
Land level 10. It's not because you're a Genasi, it's
Ah.
because you're a
Oh,
Circle of the Land druid.
Oh, it's
that's
Wow.
still
really
Look at
cool.
that. You made
is
an
that
overpowered
everything
build
on there?
without ever noticing.
Oh my goodness, that's
Exactly.
happened.
Look,
That's
Tavish,
why.
anything in D&D, if you're level 13 or above, it doesn't matter the build, doesn't matter what it is, you're gonna be overpowered.
Oh, rad.
Like
Okay,
you
so
could
what
make
would
the
be
Ah.
actual worst build in all of D&D and you would still be overpowered.
It was very difficult for me to not hint at the fact that poison was going to be a very big thing here, and you
you
ended up,
didn't hint at all.
and you guys ended, or you ended up at least,
Having the counters.
having a counter to it.
Wow,
That's
you
so
didn't
cool.
mention it at all, bro. That's so interesting. That's is rad. Okay, so I'm going to use my level 2 spell slot twice just because they're way less useful on my level 2s
Yeah,
than
yeah.
my level 3. I'm just double checking,
Oh,
Um,
usually level 3 are more useful. It's just.
All three are really
yeah.
good.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Done.
All right, so
All right.
you give them both a nice air bubble. You take a take a nice fresh breath of fresh air, um, as the fog seems to be slowly creeping towards your way.
Hiniwai just like starts like pulling the smoke into her mouth like she's smoking, but like breathing in smoke instead. Like the absolute opposite.
All right. With the air bubble, I think we can tie down their boat.
Okay. Uh, well, I would imagine in a little rowboat there would be a little bit of rope already or
Mm.
in there. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
tie down
To that,
the
not
ship.
too not too tight. So if there is a bit of um, so if the tide comes, we don't lose the boat.
Mm.
Good idea.
Oh, somebody's learned how to tie knots. You have experience.
Yes, I learn not on a boat.
Oh, I've heard about your stories. And Hiniwai surfs her little ice board right in. Like she takes that wave like she's Maui. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Goes right
Now that you give us the air bubble, you can also sing "You're welcome."
ah.
in. What can I say except you're welcome?
You're welcome.
Are you able to move your token, Julian? And
I'm not
at
able
all?
to move.
Oh
Sorry, I
shoot.
can't move her.
Yeah,
I've been
dra
trying, but I can't
dra
bring it up.
drag it again from the right.
Oh, I can't. So I can't even lock onto
I
her.
wasn't able to for a moment, but I could again after. Fixed it.
Uh, how's
I
that?
don't know how I
Oh,
fixed it.
my owl is not going to be able to survive. No.
Yeah, I can't
Keep
pick
your
her up.
owl in your familiar space.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Why
he
can I not
stays in
pick
the
her up?
familiar space.
Why can I not pick her up? Are there
Uh,
permissions for me you need to set
You're
maybe?
wondering.
if you go to the right, there is a list of characters. There should be. You can just click on it and drag it.
Oh yeah, go to the right and then the top where it says journal, and there should
Mm-hmm.
be a list of the characters there.
Okay, and I just drag her out, and that'll be the way I
Yeah.
control her. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm kind of just like hobbling, but quite flex, like, she looks like an old lady who could fall at any second, but she never does. Just like dancing over the rocks.
You are circle of the land. You're one with the land. Quite familiar.
Who are these people, by the way, here?
Oh, you don't see them.
People.
Yeah, well, you.
Ah, okay.
So in the horizon or in land, you briefly see perhaps a cart and some figures up ahead. You can roll perception.
I have also, because it was very extravagant, I bought also a what the fuck is it? Jesus, it was oh, I have a spyglass.
Oh. Uh,
Okay.
you have an
I
advantage
got a
then.
15 on perception.
15. Okay. Oh, 15 perception as well. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, sorry, it rolled twice, but 15 perception.
all right. Well, as both of you look into, or we roll for oof.
Oof.
Perhaps as you guys were stepping off, Julian maybe perhaps slipped a bit on the rock and just preventing him from fully grasping the picture. But as you two look ahead, you see four seems four undead.
Oh,
Uh,
Um,
Diana, I think you missed
oh,
some proficiencies in your.
I think I did too.
You missed the proficiency from Druid.
I'm so not surprised by that. How do I change it? Thank you so much for
Uh,
noticing.
because I opened a moment because I saw, so as a druid you can pick two between where are there Arcana, animal handling, insight, medicine, nature, perception, religion, and survival.
Oh my
Two
goodness.
of
I
these.
chose. Wait, I have two. I have medicine and religion. Or is that from something
Those
else?
ca- th- those comes from your background, hermit.
Oh my goodness. Okay. May you repeat that again? I could choose animal handling,
There is Arcana, animal
arcana,
handling, insight,
insight,
medicine,
medicine,
nature,
nature,
perception,
perception. She put me in fucking
religion,
perception. She put it in fucking
survival.
perception. I get two? Did you say I get two?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Insight or nature? I feel like it should be nature because she's a druid, but I want it to be insight because that would be more helpful. Oh, to
Are you
metagame
sure
or
you
not.
want?
To metagame or not. I play this character like she has very little insight. I'm going for nature. Thank you so much for
Okay.
that. Thank you so much. I
And
get to
I
add a
think
5 to that. That's a 20 now, my friend.
oh, really?
It's a
Okay.
20
uh,
per set.
let me see if your species give you something more. Because
That
I thought
feels
your roll was a bit low.
my roles have been really like and it's so because through this experience, Tavish, I have realized how bad I am at building characters. When it's not just RNG'd in a game, you know what I mean? Like just done for me. And so I keep realizing I was like, fuck, I'm badly built. I'm badly built. And I'm really badly built when I see you guys roll like 31s and shit. I'm like, fuck.
Now it's
This is
because you
still
have
gonna be a
expertise.
really good experience though for you to
So
learn.
good. It's been such a learning, but like I should pay you guys, bro, just for letting me learn
No,
things.
you shouldn't. What?
No, no,
No, but
no.
like as like I was like nearly like it's nearly at the point where I'm
Okay,
like I
you give us all one copper coin
Oh
in
yes,
okay,
yes,
I
of
will. I'll
course.
give you all. I'll
Okay,
give you all one copper coin in game on our Friday
you
session.
don't you don't have more. You have two from your class and two from your background. That's all.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. I feel stronger.
Sorry, I didn't double check back then, but my
No,
bad.
no, no. Part of the game is people are meant to take responsibility of their own crap. I appreciate the help so much. Let's go.
All right, so Cade, well, you with your spyglass, you see some undead pulling perhaps by some chains a cart. Um, cart
Can
doesn't seem to really contain anything right now. And you see some couple of creatures you perhaps I don't think you ever would have ever seen before. They stand on two legs. They have seemingly some goat legs. But
Satyrs.
you don't see anything
Oh.
beyond that. But however, you Hanawai,
Wait, can we pretend Hiniwai comes up over your shoulder, Cade, and she uses both her hands to make it look like she's holding a spyglass, and she's just like, interesting tactic.
I rolled a 10 history. So I don't know shit, I guess.
10 history. You're doing that based off of what Kate said about
But the
Satan.
satyrs, I'm trying to remember anything about them.
The
I
satyrs,
don't
yeah.
actually know much about them, except for the
Can I
pussy
try
cat.
to roll Arcana since they are weird creatures?
Yes.
And I'm gonna
With
roll.
with the 10 in history, yeah, well, you've heard yeah, some folklore perhaps about goat-legged creatures back when the Fays were around.
Oh, the phase. Okay, okay. Oh, I'm remembering what world we're in now. This is great.
Beyond that, you don't really recall too much. Besides that, they were much more predominant when the Fays were around hundreds of years ago.
Hmm.
If you recall, the Fey type creatures were predominant in the land before the great hero banished them all from the realm.
I did a 26 in Arcana.
That guy sounds like Donald Trump.
Mm.
Who does?
The great hero kicked them all
Oh.
out of the nation. He does
Yeah.
not sound like the good guy, what?
Yeah.
Make the word great again.
Well, with the 26, well, you definitely recognize them as some sort of there's a unique aura around each and every one of these creatures, especially the goat-legged ones.
No, it was not for the magic. It was for
Oh.
arcana knowledge.
Oh,
Like
I see. Hmm.
if
Oh,
I've
the
seen these creatures before or read about them or something.
Well, 26. You've heard tale of these satyr creatures. Out of all the stories of Fey type creatures being evil or being malicious, there was one that was particularly left out. Left out of that. How do I say this?
Stereotype.
That stereotype, and that is the satyr, who were were said to be. They were said to be quite peaceful, more chaotic good kind of beings.
Right.
They
I
enjoy
can
to party.
see.
With my 20 perception, did I see anything more?
Oh
I know they've
yes.
got they're pushing dragons. I know that
You
they're
see,
goat-like.
you see these satyr. Their nose and mouths are covered with a black mask, with a mysterious blue glow that seems to radiate every time you would think they exhale.
Oh, they have magical breathers.
Oh, I whisper cheaters. Okay, I'm going to roll a survival to look at the ground nearby and see if I can identify any like animals that are living. Because if they're all using the breathers and these boys needed the breathers, my little old mind is firing its little brain cells and she's going, wait, are there any living creatures on this island that don't need this?
Mm.
So she's just going to listen. She wants to hear birds. She wants to kind of know, and she wants to see how many tracks there are, if possible. We'll see what my roll is.
Well, you are in the
No,
water.
she got it.
So it'll be a bit difficult to see tracks.
Oh, they're in the water.
No,
I thought they were
well, you're surrounded by water currently.
Okay. Doesn't matter because I rolled a 9.
Well, if it's perceiving the environment, perhaps trying to hear birds, well, you don't hear any at all.
Ooh.
You don't
Okay.
hear any, even the subtlest of.
Oh no. For the first time in this whole little excursion that just seems like a day trip for her, she's starting to feel a little bit on edge. That's not natural. On an island of unnatural things, that's the most unnatural part. No birds. She doesn't say anything to you guys, though, to be honest.
In the distance, you see the satyr, perhaps picking flowers or picking something, while these undead linger around, seemingly not unmoving, but not moving from their current position. What to do? What do you do?
What do we do? I mean, Hiniwai's probably, unless someone stops her, she's just like, even though she did feel tense and all that, she's probably still going to wander in.
So I can see some undead and those two are definitely satyrs, these fake creatures of old that are not entirely malicious according to the stories I've read.
Hiniwai kind of gets pulled out of her thoughts. She's just like, oh, um, this, I don't know if I've come across them before. Does this island seem strange?
Well, beside the cloud of poison, the undeads, and the usually lost creatures. Well, so far I think I don't see anything normal about the island.
But youngling, think more, think more. There's no. We're on an island in an ocean. There are no seabirds.
As you guys look behind you, you hear a squeal, a squeak coming from the boat, as a
from
tiny
where?
rat jumps out of there and flees towards the island.
Oh, I
Wait,
watch.
from our boat
Mm-hmm.
or that boat?
From the wood
Before
boat.
he does that, I use command stop.
Oh,
It cannot understand your language,
is an animal.
and
Can
it
it? No,
has
pretty sure.
Can you do that to an animal? Maybe I think does that have to be a humanoid or?
Oh, my bad. I thought
command
it was
command.
the guy who like transformed into a rat.
Hmm.
Oh, well, let's see. Does it work?
Does
If
it
it
work?
does, then we know it's a person.
It does not work.
Oh,
Does he
Oh.
do you expend a spell slot because he did that?
Yeah.
If you're going to creatures you can see within range, they're going to see the spell has no effect if the target is undead, or if it's under, or if it doesn't understand your language, or if you
Ah.
command it directly harmful to it.
Well, it doesn't
Never
understand.
mind
So
It
then.
doesn't
I guess
understand anything you're
it's
saying.
okay. I just use the spell slot.
okay.
It does not
It's worth it to
understand
make
you.
sure it's not that guy.
As it flees towards the island, it drops dead. It goes into the water, trying to flee you all, and you hear it's a terrible gasp for breath or for air, and it falls floating on the water.
Anyway, looks at both of you and goes, "What can I say except you're welcome?"
So, but those people seems to manage somehow. Undead obviously manage. They don't need to
They're
breathe.
It's my boy. Look at them mouths. She points to the satyrs more carefully, hoping that you'll glean. But also, at this moment, with the rat dying, with the no birds, which to me just seems so unalive, Hinu, I would like to re-roll religion, please, on Kalimbar.
Okay.
Kalimvor. All right, because she's like, no, this is triggering me. Why does this seem so familiar? And it's not that familiar. It's a 15.
All right. Well, you recall, uh, you recall tale of Kellenvor, known as the Lord of the Dead.
Of the dead.
He's a pretty much like an inheritor of Merkel, the previous god of the dead.
Wait,
What was it?
no, no, sorry. I was like Merkel
Oh,
because no, no, don't worry. Merkel's like the god of death or the
mhm.
god of the dead? Because I thought that's what distinguishes them between each other.
Merkel, the Lord of Bones.
Mm.
He is death himself.
Death himself, whereas
Used to be a
Kalimvor,
necromancer.
yeah, Kalimvor is the god of those who are dead. Okay, continue.
Kellenvor is
Sorry.
the god of those who are dead. Although he is much more he is known to be a bit more benevolent
Hades. He's the Hades.
than his than Merkel. Well, you know for sure that your goddess seems to absolutely despise him. Um, at least now you do because there seems to be some sort of influence on this island that prevents your goddess from completely destroying it and wiping it off the face of the earth.
Ooh. Okay, I turn to Cade and Julian. I'm just like, my lady asks that we fix a problem for her. Uh, 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 um, a
Which
disagreement,
problem?
you could say. But this island is within her domain as a part of the ocean, but she has no power over it because of, let me get his name right, Kalimvor, the god of the dead. She lets that sit like an old lady. Just, haha.
And what do we have to do?
She's like shocked and annoyed. She's like, "It's the god of the dead." And I expected more excitement. I don't know what we're meant to do, but those undead, that dead rat, this dead island. I think that our king's mission may also involve this god Kalimvor too.
As time
Does
passes. Oh,
your
sorry.
does your goddess need us to do something about this god? Because I can shoot things, but gods I'm not sure. I can actually shoot.
Looks at you like kind of proud, like, of course you can't shoot a god, you must burn them. But no, I don't know. I know that the king has sent us to find out what is going on, and as much as he may be considered benevolent, to create an island like this and to bring undead back onto its land, none of this makes sense to me, and I can only think there must be a nefarious plan.
Well, how about we go on the island and see if the locals attack us straight away, or we can talk and see if maybe they have a civilization built on, I don't know, not dying of poison.
Mm,
As a bit of time passes, you hear a familiar squeak. This time a bit more
Another,
sounds like
another
it's
rat.
somewhat filled with water. as the rat that is
Oh shit!
here um
It became an undead.
it became an undead. and
And now it all makes sense.
now it sees you and starts running towards you
Now this
as
all
best it can with its little legs and getting pushed by the tide.
I look at the rat, tilting my head like. So the poison does not only kill you, but also turns you into an undead in this place. Cool.
nefarious. Like I
That's
said,
not very nice of it.
it's not.
I mean, yeah, it's not the fresh air I usually like.
Wait,
I
I
want
just
to see what what these rat do. Does it come to us to attack us or something?
No, well, it's currently struggling against the wave right now, but it is heading towards you as best it
making
can.
its way, making my way
Perhaps
down.
jumping on some rocks as the tide pulls away.
Mm.
Spitting out the water
Okay.
whenever
Okay.
tries to yell at
We've
you.
got a rat. We've got satyrs. Oh wait, okay. Hinaway goes. Because we're all just waiting for this rat to get to us to see what'll happen. I'm assuming. So she kind of just turns. She goes, "Wait, these satyrs. Did you say satyrs, Cade?" And she realized she'd been looking at footprints.
Yes.
She hadn't been looking at the actual creatures. Wait, that
Yes.
I know you said that they're okay, but they're still fake high now. The king will not allow this. I say we burn
I
them.
mean, I haven't said they are okay. In stories, they were not as nefarious as the others. I
Do
never
you
met them.
implied? You're a satyr lover. I can feel it. But I don't think
Well,
our
they don't
king
look
is.
bad, but
Haha, you'll try anything once, won't you? Let's continue.
or twice, or three times, depends. Sometimes you need more. Anyway,
Hey, some things are an acquired taste.
The rat
well, you
the,
never
the,
know.
the rat there approaches Julian, attempting
Oh,
to
Julian, you
attempting
want
I
to?
click. I Eldritch blasted.
uh roll, I guess. Roll a d20.
No, I'm rolling. We're not rolling my Eldritch
Oh
blast.
yeah, your Eldritch Blast. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay.
You let it get really, really close, but then when you realized it wasn't going for the other two, it's actually going for you. You're like, fuck, fuck.
That is exactly
Nah,
it. I have 3 beams, by the way. So,
Oh.
Three at the
As a
rat.
cantrip, that's good.
it's a rat.
Okay, I got a nat 1, then a nat 20, and then
All right.
Why
Well,
did it
another nat
20?
1.
the
Hang
rat
2
us a
nat 1s
screen.
and a nat 20.
the rat
Hang a
explodes
screenshot
as
of
the
that
second
fucking
beam
roll. That was insane.
as the second beam hits it. The rat explodes and putrid putrid essence emanates from it and spreads all over the floor, all over your good boots.
I'm the only one who can smell it because
Mm.
you guys have air bubbles, and Hinewai just starts
No,
gagging.
they're closer to the rat than I was. It's okay. They can. I don't have to deal with it.
You you guys can't smell it, and Hinewai's just like, ugh, ugh.
I snapped my finger and prestidigitate it clean.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Oh, my nose thanks you.
All right.
Okay.
As time goes by, one of the satyrs
Can
seemingly
I?
sees you all and starts waving at you guys.
Oh, we've been found.
I
I
use
think you
fireball.
see
What?
us.
But then he moves
I
away
don't
and
have fireball.
Let's meet the locals. How about that?
After you.
I can't lie. My body's like burning. So,
Dude, rest, yeah.
no, it's
Are you
fine.
okay?
you have a fever.
I'm okay. I think so. Yeah, but
Oh shit.
no, I do want to keep going.
Do you
I'm
want
just not
do
gonna
you
talk
want
much.
to do you
No,
want to rest
I want
instead?
to. Even though I tried to rest, I don't think I could.
You
So
want to?
I want to keep going, and then I'm just not gonna talk so much.
Okay. You want to long rest in real life?
Yes. I wish
instant
I could
heal.
immediately. I wish I could have like a long rest where I actually go to full HP.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
I will approach and see if they kill me or not. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Well, the water is shallow for the most part, so you're able to traverse through. Actually, roll a dexterity saving throw, in case something happens.
In
Pretty sure
case
that
something
is
happens.
magic too. If they're dangerous, I will tidal wave them all,
but
Julian.
you're able to navigate. You're able to navigate as the
I,
water isn't particularly dangerous. It seems rocks aren't. Rocks have been smoothed out by the water. All right. Well,
I wave my hand.
huh?
I wave my hand back.
Oh,
Hello.
he says, "Hello there. Ah, you must be from
In-
that large island over there."
The real island.
Yeah.
The real island. I don't know if you heard me or
Yes.
not.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you too. Well,
I
I'm quite um surprised that you're able to breathe the same air here as many people have attempted to come here, much to my despair, as many of them, he points towards the undead, seem to have met a
how
grisly end.
how do you breathe the air here?
Ah, well, our village elder, made these nifty little mats for us, or at least that's what I've been told.
That seems very crafty of you. Have you been in this island long?
As far as I can remember.
Huh? Anyway, pops up like her head from behind the rocks.
So
She's just
how far can you remember?
Let's see. Well, when I was a child, distinctly remember visiting the elder. He looked the same as he always does. Seemed like a nice guy. A little bit smelly. Mm,
But you weren't always close to the big island, weren't you?
uh,
that was a great question.
well, I didn't really visit the coastline when I was small, and as far as I know, we weren't really there wasn't really anywhere nearby besides the island that we're currently in right now.
And when did you saw the big island for the first time?
Uh,
The
well,
the one we come from?
it's quite recently. A lot of people seem to be coming in from there, and that we've noticed. There's been a rise in undead.
And your island didn't move or something?
Not that I'm aware.
Um, since the air is not the best here,
Oh, that's true.
how do you how do you survive? Like,
Ah,
how do
well,
you eat?
uh, there's protection barriers set up by the village elder around our villages. Uh, and it keeps out the most dangerous of the poisons. Although we dare not venture um to the land of the fairies, so nearby. The fog there is quite dense, as you see.
Anyway, pops her head
There
up
is the
again
land of the
and goes back down.
there is also a land of the fairy nearby. I see. And, can we perhaps, like, I don't know, meet your elder or something like that?
Well, I suppose so. I don't see the harm in that. Or he leans over to the side. Your two little friends gonna join too?
Yeah, just
You're
give me one
calling
second.
little.
I cast the spell. I cast the spell. The cantrip message, and whisper to. I cast it twice. To so you both can hear the message. Like, uh, approach. They seem peaceful. They have an elder and seemingly an area where they have a barrier that prevents the poison from seeping inside.
Your
Oh,
eyes be
what's
like,
this? We have another
actively.
visitor. Hello.
Your eye
Hello,
like,
sir.
Ah, well, you're not undead. That's quite nice.
you
Yes,
should
I'm
really
very happy to not be undead.
Yes, it's quite
I
nice to have a
really like to
conversation with
be
someone
alive.
that isn't one of our own. How is life like for he looks at your clothes. People such as yourself.
People? Sorry?
Is it how is life like for people such as yourself?
Well, my life was great until I had to do some things recently, but in general, it's not half bad. My friends might come maybe now, and I gesture you both to come over.
and your eyes like wandering over, just looking at everything, looking around. She's like, you should really have a
Ca-
sign.
ca- 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 yeah, I messaged you with the spell. Oh, the country message does this. Basically, I forgot to put it in chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, what did you message what you said, right?
Basically, it's a display BTT. There
I
you
believe
go.
it's like a mental thing, right?
Basically,
Yeah, yeah.
no, basically, I point to someone within
Oh,
120 feet, and the message I say, can only be heard by that person, and they can answer back.
Oh, we can answer back.
Yep.
Okay, I'd quickly say no. Well, oh no way! I don't plan on making problems if they don't start it. But these Fey types, be careful.
Yeah. Well, the isle I come from, it's quite curious about yours since yours just arrived and nobody comes out.
what did you
We
say?
came to check on
Sorry, you say
uh,
what did
the
you?
I the island we come from is not half bad, although we are quite curious as this place because until recently it wasn't here.
Oh, they look at each other. Oh, is that so? Oh, well, I guess we have common
Can you
ground,
check
and
on that?
you guys appeared out of nowhere as well.
Can I roll an insight on that look they gave each other when he said your island just appeared, and they looked at each other like, huh? Like
Oh,
what?
oh, are you guys over here now?
Well, I don't know where you guys are. I'm on the. I,
I'm
oh
here.
wait, they come across here. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm assuming
Okay.
you come along too.
No, it was zoomed well too far in. I didn't
Okay.
even realize
There
we
we go.
had this side of the map.
All right. Well, as you guys approach, they both wave at you with their hand. They say,
Wait.
"Hello, you must be friends of this fine fellow here."
Ugh, I don't know him yet, but maybe I don't know.
You're acquaintances. We work together temporarily.
Ah,
Yeah,
Mm,
colleagues.
that's nice. So you both work in the same place, I imagine.
We work for the same person.
Ah, okay.
Temporarily, yes. Yes. We have the same employer at the moment.
Ah, I see. And well, I don't mean to pry, but what sort of business do you do?
Right now, check this place
Oh, okay. Well,
because people came here and then they end up like that, and I pointed in the undead, and
you
we
should
didn't know
really
why
have
they
a
were no,
sign.
well, that's just
we didn't know.
uh,
No, sorry, Google.
oh, so well, that's just the blessing of the great Kellenbor. You see, everything that becomes undead in this island, um, seems to
What?
follow our will for some reason.
So
How is
all the
that a
undead of the
blessing
island,
that's on the
all
ground?
the undead of the island do what you ask them.
Practically.
And why do you not take the blessing?
I'm not entirely sure. When we have died, well, we just become rotting corpses, and but we don't move.
But you have to use the mask to breathe.
Yes, that we do.
Otherwise, you die as well.
No, they received the blessing, as you said.
Okay. Well, you know what? How about in since we come afar to see your island, how about we meet the other people that you have in your village, your elders, so we can discuss our different cultures and get to know each other.
Well, that seems nice. Yes. They look at each other. Yeah. Then they both nod in agreement, and okay. All right.
Oh
Well,
no.
you can follow us then. They go to the back of the cart and they drop off a bit of herbs, and they go to the.
Pennywise looks at both of you and goes, "They're blessed in the head. Are they really taking us to their village? Oh, we could murder them. Oh, they're silly. Oh, they're so stupid.
Saying
Well,
that it's not a mental thing, right?
Oh,
let them take us to their leader.
Take me to
sure.
your leader.
I thought that
Take
they
me
were
to
a
your
part.
leader.
I thought they might be a part of this nefarious plan to kill and enslave. But I think that they're just benefiting from it.
There is something going on. I start to use message to confabulate with you, so nobody else here.
Yeah.
So I keep casting the spell so you can answer me,
The
and
first thing
we
Hiniwai will
can.
say is just like she's like they're too friendly for an island of death. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's why I want to see what's the deal with the elder. If someone is the puppeteer here, perhaps he has a clue.
Hmm.
After all, said they have a protection in the village, so they can live there.
As you
Going to be
guys
interesting.
as you guys move through the forest, see it's a bit dense with foliage, with leaves, and trees. Some of it perhaps brushes against you, and uh, you do recognize some of these plants. Perhaps some poison ivies, some
Oh, I gather this. I gather everything on the way. I'm gonna roll my herbalism. How many
some
times?
poisonous mushrooms, perhaps a very poison theme area.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my herbalism. I got a 13.
Okay, all right. Well, how are you gonna? You have an herbalism kit, or you just pick these with your hands?
I have an herbalism kit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. You snip some herbs, and you pick up, let's say four bits of poison ivy, and a couple of
Ooh.
no, more like five of some poison red mushrooms.
Nice. Okay. 4 poison ivy and 5 red mushrooms. Oh shit, sorry. I'm gonna close that. It keeps beeping. Poison ivy, 5 red mushrooms.
It should be loading
Oh my
into.
goodness, guys, you watch as Hiniwai just pops one of the red mushrooms into her mouth and chews it happily. No,
Are
you
you
can't
sh-
try
are you sure that's a good idea?
this. For me, not for you. You'd die in a moment, but you'd have wonderful dreams, I think. Is this the red mushroom?
Do you have any fun mushrooms, by the way?
On
She
mushrooms?
she looks at you grinning and she goes,
Yeah,
"Hmm,
you
let me
know, what, sorry?
She looks at you grinning and goes, "Let me see."
Not for now. I'm just asking in general. You know,
She's
I
like
heard about.
she'd pulled out like three mushrooms that look like strangely blue, and she's like, "Oh, not now. Oh, okay." And puts it back in her pocket. And she's just like, "Oh, don't tease lady like that."
All right. Well, you know, yeah, I heard about fun mushrooms that when you eat, they give you, pleasant experiences.
Oh, stop. She's like, "Oh, no, no, sorry. I was just about to give you mushrooms that would give you explosive diarrhea for a few days. I thought you were constipated like me. My mistake."
My bowel still works very well. So
Oh,
no, I was thinking about the one that makes you see things. Anyway, let's forget about that. It's let's go.
all right. Well,
Let it
you guys see a
go.
little road and some rope attached to some planks of sticks that are sticking out of the ground, leading to an opening. As you go into the towards the opening, you feel a very the slightest hint of a vibration as you get into this to this dome that was gathered here.
Slightest bit of vibration.
And you continue to feel said vibration uh, as you arrive at the village.
Okay, going to roll nature. I am rolling to kind of consider like because we don't know much about this island, but like there's a cycle in life. There's a way the world works. There's things like there's harmony, like balance and shit like that. And so her general thing is like, is this shaking magical or is it like, is there a volcano nearby? Oh, is there a volcano nearby?
Um, well, if I try to put your characters in the map, except for Julian, it seems to not work.
I will journal mine then. Julian's is already on the map. That's why.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, here is our little humble little abode here. Make yourselves at home. Um, I wouldn't link stray too far away from this area.
No, everything here looks really established and old and not like a new island. Some magical weird shit's going on.
Oh, I'm moving you too.
Oh, anyway, hops in the wagon.
Oh,
And they kicked me out of the wagon. Ugh. Hops in
the
again.
wagon is not filled, but there's a bit of herbs there they had just placed.
I'm not going to crush them. I am an herbalist.
They approach and they say, "Oh, hello everyone. We have some visitors here. Oh, visitors. Yes, yes, they come from that big island over there. Ah, well, isn't that pleasant?"
Hmm.
The they point they look at the undead here, and they point at some large sacks. The undead picks them up and starts moving them about as they get directed. You see
Hmm.
you see this place is quite established. It's not exactly built up to code as many of your houses and places are in your country. But it seems fairly cozy. Um, and the air here, although it feels like somehow it's vibrating, feels quite pleasant. You see these undead here, which
Mm,
seem a bit more carry themselves a lot more sophisticated than these. You see them
what is
poring over
this?
some books. You see a
What is this thing?
well, you see a slight glow coming from the cave here. This little crevice through the cave here. And you see an undead with a cloak pouring over some books.
Interesting. Um, where's your elder, if I may ask?
Ah, well, he's right there, and he points over here.
Oh, fun. Okay, thank you.
Ah, yes.
Okay, that's the elder. Let's.
He's mine. Don't you look at that cutie twice. Jokes.
Yeah, let's not be aggressive ahead of time. Okay, let's try to talk it through and see.
Mm,
We are outnumbered.
you're trying to win my queen's favor, and I think I respect that.
We have to figure out what's going on here before we do any nasty things around. It's easier if you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. You know what they
Oh
say.
shit. She turns back and she's like, "Oh, no, I thought you were tricking me and you were gonna kill him yourself. You really mean this? Oh, okay, all right, we'll calm down."
as
Yeah, no.
as you approach the undead, he looks at you with his face appears a bit dried out, although he's able to make some facial expressions. He looks at you, and then
Okay. He needs
he
some
nods.
lotion.
He looks at you, he nods, and then he looks up at this glowing light that you may believe is the fairy that they were speaking of, or a fairy that they were speaking of. And he
Greetings.
speaks to it. Oh,
Oh, what does he say? Oh, anyway, goes shh when you're greeting because he's speaking. Listen first.
he says, "Ah, yes, of course, of course." I don't know what he says. "Ah, yes, of course, yes." Ah, I see, I see.
Hmm.
And
Now you can
he
speak,
looks at you
Cade.
all, perhaps seeing your anticipation to speak, and he says, "Ah, you may approach."
Thank you. Thank you.
And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
You may call me Cade. Nice to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you, Cade.
Hmm. I know what some people here do with names. You can call me Waves. And then she grins like she's proud of herself. Yes, Waves. Call me Waves.
Ah, well, nice to meet you, Waves.
I got him.
Yes, definitely. And um, what's your name, if I may ask?
Ah, yes, of course. Where are my manners? Yes, I am Immortui. Uh, Immortui. I am Immortui.
Immortui. All right, we do a
Pleasure
history.
to meet you.
Wait, should I do a religion or history?
You
I
may
don't
call
remember.
me Elder, although you don't live here, but it may be simpler for you to pronounce.
Hmm.
So, Elder Immortui. We just arrived from the nearby island to see about this place because we kind of just our places just kind of got closed right recently, and as you might understand, everybody's pretty curious on what goes on here.
Ah,
Why does an island move overnight? One day you were not there, and then one day you were.
a curious happening indeed. He looks at the ferry. Um, says, "Yes, I have been told, by the fairies that this occurred. Quite curious of it myself, honestly. Not sure what happened here.
Not sure what happened. Do you know why, though?
Hmm. Well, there's been Well, I suppose this all started occurring when one of the satyrs here went missing. Could be related, I
Oh,
suppose.
Mm.
where and when did they go missing?
Also, insight check to see his true intentions.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me, fuck me.
Oh well,
Oh, it's a 12.
they went missing some weeks ago. But they
Some
were they weren't quite popular around. He seemed quite greedy, considering oh well, this island gives us a lot already. I'm not sure why he would be so greedy, but suppose that's the nature of things for him at least.
Greedy about what exactly?
Oh well, he wanted to hoard everything for himself, particularly magical artifacts and whatnot.
Mm.
Oh,
I often
and,
have to
and,
fight that urge
and
myself.
what did they do?
Well, one night when everybody woke up, uh, they seem to have left without without us even saying goodbye to us. Quite strange.
But it
And
looked
then
like they
after a
left of
bit,
their own free will.
Oh,
Did
sorry,
they
what was that?
leave of their did they leave of their own free will? No struggle, no
Oh,
signs of
as far as I know, I mean, all their stuff was taken away. Nothing broken. There's not much. There's not much in terms of um uh, ill will here. We're all quite peaceful,
Yes,
as you
yes, you're
see.
all very happy. I've noticed. It's grating.
I I look at him. Is he an undead satyr, or is he another kind of a undead humanoid?
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't hear the typical clopping of hooves as he moves around in his chair.
Okay,
You rolled
so
a 12 in insight. You think he's? Well, actually, what are you rolling insight for again?
When he was talking about those, like, so I asked, I said, you don't know what happened, but does that mean you don't know why? And it's
Oh,
that answer.
well, you think he's being truthful, although
Truthful.
it seems that perhaps well, at least back then it seemed like he was leaving something out, but then
Yes. Yeah.
it was kind of confirmed by the fact that he mentioned that one somebody was missing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and after a few days that the person went missing, the island appeared.
Ah, it seemed so. Yes.
Hmm.
Excuse
Well,
me, my curiosity, but you're not a satyr, right?
Ah, that I am not.
yet you're an elder of satyrs.
Yes,
What
I've been around for quite a while, some hundreds of years.
Oh, okay. Religion check.
in this condition, or is this a recent development in your existence?
Well, since being here on this island, yes, of course.
Okay. So I am gonna preface this because she's super devout to her lady, and she knows like so it's a 19, so she's gonna remember something good, I'm sure. But I also she doesn't know that much about Kevin. She just knows enough that she should be thinking religious, like this is an undead, long like lived elder speaking to fairies. There's like so she knows that, but I also don't think she would know too much. Like she rolled a 19 though, so shit. Oh wait, fuck! That's
Oh,
not what I was meant to write. I was meant to
Aegon
write
said
religion.
Aegon said he really has to go. See you, mate. Take care.
Okay.
Get better.
Oh,
Oh. Um. Hmm.
no, don't be
What do you want
sorry.
to do, guys? Continue or wait for Aegon?
Ask a little bit more, and then I guess finish. I don't want to just finish, but I don't want to continue much without Aegon.
What do you think, Tavish?
We could go maybe perhaps a bit further, but but maybe if it comes to like leaving the map, then
Then we.
it might make,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a great
yeah.
idea.
We just finish our talk then
Okay.
and call it a day,
All right. So I don't. Yeah.
leaving
Okay.
leaving us on the cliffhanger every single time, motherfucker.
Oh, okay. This religion 19 is going to go with this question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
She's going to ask about the blessing. So anyway goes, you're being very forthcoming with the information. I hope you will continue. Uh, so you've been here for hundreds of years. You are an elder to satyrs, though you are not one. And this blessing on this island. Do you know why this is here? And were you perhaps made this way because of it?
Oh well, that is most definite. I was life was breathed into me by my lord Kevin by my lord Kevin, that's his name, right? Kevin Lord.
I just wrote his name wrong. Don't do it how I always do.
Elembor.
Kevin
Elembor.
Yeah.
By my lord Kelimvor. Life was breathed into me once more, and
Oh,
as a man of knowledge myself, I was able to um, quick start the civilization here.
how
this
did you quick start the civilization?
Oh well, I made pockets. I made large pockets of air in several places, and um, well, initially they were a sort of study outpost, and well, as time went on, these satyr here started to appear.
and they didn't
What do you
die.
mean? What do you mean they started to appear?
Well, as if somebody teleported him here, there, here. Perhaps my lord Kelimvor. These people appeared in these
So
pockets of air.
let me get this straight. You died. You were brought back to life by your lord in this island that was completely filled with poison, and you decided to create pockets of air to make point to study, and then all of a sudden satyrs and whatnot started to appear in the safe bubbles,
Oh,
and
yes.
then you created the masks to protect them from the poison.
Yes. You seem to have everything figured out.
Okay, and
Anyway
you,
looks at Cade suspiciously and like moves a step away. Hmm.
and and your Lord Calibur is the one teleporting the satyrs here.
Oh well, that was then. Not anymore.
No, but back then he teleported creatures here.
Yes, seemingly.
Did he
For what
teleport the
purpose?
fairies?
What was it?
Did he teleport the fairies?
No, they were always around here.
But they can survive here normally.
Oh yes.
And but just out of curiosity, for what purpose were the satyrs brought here?
Uh, well, I'm not entirely sure to question the will of our God. I suppose it was
Of
out of
course.
mercy as it
Oh, wait.
was to me.
At that, Cade. Oh,
And
okay. She makes her go. And why were you brought here? And how? Where was this island when you first came to it?
Mm, for the first time, as you were talking to him when you brought up that question, he looks down. Hmm. I'm not sure why I was brought here. What was the question again? I'm sorry. I said.
I said, and why were you brought here?
Oh, okay. He looks down. He says, perhaps he's with a feather that he's holding as a pen. He thinks to himself while waving his pen around.
Oh, and I asked, and where was this island when you were brought here? Those two.
Well, as to the whereabouts of this island, well, we were surrounded by uh, by a black ocean, not as blue as it seems to
Oh
be
my
now.
goodness. Can I get a roll? What would that be? I want to know.
Is the Black Ocean in the Land of the Dead or something?
Yeah,
You said is the black ocean what?
I want to
Is
roll
the
on Black.
is the Black Ocean in the Land of the Dead?
The
Has
black
this
ocean
island
in the
just been
land.
pulled right out of the? Has this just been pulled out of the land of the dead, and it's just like a? It's somehow it's like it's like the multiverse thing, and it's like somehow crossing planes and coming to the world of the
Oh,
living.
well, that is exactly what I've been studying here. Um, it would seem that we were in some sort of different plane of existence entirely.
Oh, so you were in which plane? Cade suddenly perks up and takes out his notepad.
Black
Can you
Ocean.
describe
What do you?
exactly? Can you describe the plane exactly that you were in by any chance?
Oh yes, well, the night sky was pitch black, as black as the ocean was. Well,
Were there
I
stars?
suppose there in uh some decades had passed. As some decades had passed, we saw some celestial bodies floating around, or I saw at least some celestial bodies floating around in the night sky. Still,
Okay, according.
hmm?
Sorry, go on. Sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh no, no, go ahead.
No, go on, go on.
I
Keep.
I lost my train of thought.
Okay. According to what he's explaining to me and my studies of Arcana, can I try to figure out which plane it is?
Okay, try rolling
I will
Arcana.
roll. 31.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Cade has expertise in Arcana. His practical studies had to stop in magic, but his theoretical did not.
Well, you've heard a tale of um a well, not tale. You've heard of the plane of uh where
Like,
where the bodies of gods seemingly go to rest, the astral plane.
just the astral plane or the play
Or maybe I'm
the
thinking about a
god
different place.
cemetery.
I'm thinking about the god cemetery. I think.
I mean,
I thought it was in the astral plane. Maybe I'm thinking about something else.
I don't know where it is because I don't know this setting, but it's extremely cool, the idea of a cemetery of gods.
Very, very fucking
If
cool.
if there is something like that, then I'm totally on board. Like, was it perhaps the cemetery of gods, the plane
Oh my
lingering
God.
about the astral plane and wandering?
He takes another step back and she's like, and she spits on the ground. Don't speak of that place.
Ah, yes. Well, I do believe that to be the case. Although I'm not entirely sure. I have not ventured out of this island myself, so I cannot confirm this. Although that seems all signs seem to be leading there.
Is
Anyway,
this island the body of a dead god?
oh my gosh, Hiniwai tries to wipe the spit back up that she just spat on the ground. Fuck. I should say.
Uh, well, it's quite a thought indeed. I'm actually not entirely sure myself.
Okay, Hiniwai
Um,
like takes a little step closer
it,
to
it
the
does
stone.
it does there does seem to be a deep connection with Kellenvor. Everywhere you look in this island, it seems.
She
Well,
looks
yes,
at like
he is the dead of God, dead of God of death. However, life still flourishes, although just a certain kind, which is the natural kind, regarding plants that can thrive and live in a poisonous area. So the balance of nature seems to be in order here in one aspect. However, there is a
is the
strong strength of the death regarding it. So let's assume this could be a piece of a body of a minor nature entity that your god salvaged to use it as an arc to get back into our plane. That's a thought.
This land may be of order, but there is no balance. There is no balance to this nature here.
No,
Everything
I
has like
understand there is no exactly balance. However, there is nature flourishing. If it was pure death, there wouldn't be anything growing. But there is something growing here.
I don't know. She does some sort of sign. I'm imagining she has a sign like the
As you're
Catholic
stating all
Church.
this, Kate, you see him take out another piece of paper, and vigorously write down everything you're saying.
Mm.
Because I'm making the so you know that anyway that could be a possibility. Let's imagine that in the cemetery of God, one deities of even one minor deity of nature lost their life and ended up there and became an inert source of nature, unbalanced and dead. He could be salvaged by a god of the undead and brought partially back to life in this form. So not all life could flourish, but partially it could. And then the effect of the undead could spread to anything living in an attempt to bring it back to life and sort of recreate the ecosystem, because these creatures come back to life and follow the orders of the inhabitants that have been plopped here. Since a lot of the fairies in our land disappeared from time to time, they could be salvaged over time and brought here in a safe bubble if someone had an interest in keeping them safe.
I find
And
what you say
then,
interesting, to be fascinating, but it's clear that you have only read about gods and not interacted with them. If a god had such a plan, I tell you now it is not for anything small. I have yet to meet an unambitious god.
oh,
If they
oh
have
no, I
asked
mean,
for a way to reach this land, to this plane of existence, it's for reasons greater than just a little island. And I
oh
don't
no,
know
I
if it
mean,
would be for. Yeah, no, she's just
cl-
talking.
cle- clearly pushing a whole place out of the astral plane and into the material is a great plot. I was just fascinated by the DM. Sorry, I got lost in
No,
the
no, she
theory.
no no love. She loves like she's watching like a young one just be fascinated and fascinated. She's just like,
You see him nod towards the ferry. The light dims until there is none left from the ferry, and it seemingly vanishes away.
Uh,
hmm.
did I say something wrong?
No,
And
no, it was
Oh,
so
to
perfect.
wait,
I was totally in character.
are you talking to each
To
other
who?
or?
yeah,
Yeah, her.
I was talking. No, I was asking him since the ferry. Did I
Okay.
say something wrong?
Oh
Because
no, no, they seem to not want to interrupt our conversation here, and our conversation was basically already over.
I see. And you talk with them often?
Not too often. They visit the village. It seems to tease us from time to time.
Of fairies found a
Do,
place here.
do you know of the history of that new neighbor island of yours with Fey people?
Mm.
You have a lot of books, but maybe you're not aware of current affairs. I'm just asking.
Oh well,
They're not that.
I've been isolated in this island for quite a bit.
Oh,
No, there's not
yes.
much people here to turn to for knowledge. He gestures towards the satyrs as they're all frolicking and dancing around without clothing.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. He knew
sometimes
I.
kids
He knew
get
I was.
distracted a bit.
He knew I. No, no, that was so good. It was so good in character. It was. She's looking at Kate and she can see his mind still whirring with the ideas, and she's like, "I hope for." In her heart, she's like, "In her, I hope for his sake he never meets a god." Like,
Mm.
she was probably once that fascinated too.
Uh,
Maybe it's why
Can
she's
can I have a
fucking
moment to speak with my friends? Yeah, and I
Hmm.
step aside to talk to
Cade.
Henaway.
Says you
So
may
Cade.
as he goes back into his study.
I'll come. I'll come
so
back. I have notes for you. I have notes for you. I can give you information. Cade. Cade. The king will
yeah.
not like this. The king will
So,
not like this.
yes, but imagine that there is another element I forgot to include. The fairies. In our kingdom, the fairies are banished or killed straight away. So this might be a sort of sanctuary or refuge for them.
But why would this refuge be be then placed within reach of them? Oh,
Well,
the two satyrs.
the satyrs here are quite peaceful.
But what
However,
of those two
fairy,
that disappeared?
there is the one that disappear, and they said other fairies are more dangerous. What if this is a sort of astral ship to come close enough to have a bit of revenge from fairy kind?
Oh.
There could be more than one god working here, and we don't know the source of the poison. Your goddess also cannot touch this thing, meaning an entity of equal or superior power is protecting these.
Do you know why the Fae, how they were banished and how all of this went came to be?
Can I roll Arcana to know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Tavish, we're going slow because we are
Y-
theory
no,
crafting.
no, no, you're completely fine. I'm enjoying it. All right,
19
31.
Arcana.
Oh,
19.
19.
Well, it's
Mm.
common knowledge to pretty much everybody that the Fae creatures took up probably about 80 or 90% of the population of the world population when they were around.
Ooh.
Um,
And
it was said that most of the Fae creatures were malevolent. They were not very nice to the non-Fae type creatures.
and how
Uh,
did they vanish?
they were banished by the great hero, the first king of your country,
And do they
by
say
a great
how?
spell that he casted. He with the way with a great um with a great clamp or a great slam of his staff, he casted a grandiose spell that seemed to banish every fey creature, um, leaving behind um, a void where there once was many. Um,
So,
yeah,
according to history books, the great hero banished the fairies. He did not kill them. They could have been banished to another plane of
And
existence
oh,
or to the
okay.
astral plane.
At that moment, Hinui says at the same time of you banished to another plane of existence. But if it's okay, Tavish, I think she says that more matter of factly than questioning.
Mm.
So they could either been banished to a certain plane or to the astral plane in general. I don't know which one would have been because I don't know exactly the spell and I don't know of any spell capable of banishing so many people at once. There are spells to banish things back to their plane of origin. But if this was the plane of origin, it kicked them out. And if there are a lot of fairies here and more being moved inside here, this could really be a vessel to bring them back.
And to exact their revenge.
And the settings here are quite nice. The elder acted according to the plans of his god. It doesn't seem to be as nefarious as many others, although the island itself is poisonous and create more undead. And
This one.
the other fairies seems to be immune to these, while these one have a mask to be protected by, and every single undead seems to respond to the inhabitant of this place, meaning there is a binding spell over the poisonous spell. That could be a tricky fairy kind of poison indeed. What if someone, a protector of the fairy, mixed with the god of death that they adore here?
Hmm. It's funny when we speak of the human who cast a spell to banish to another plane. She looks at you and she looks at, notices you're all kind of, she's like, how possible do you think that is?
A human banishing so many people. That's not the kind of magic that we are supposed to be able to cast. There are limits imposed by gods to how
Mm.
powerful a human can be. Could have been a god, cast them out, if that's what you're implying.
For a moment, she finally looks kind of really old. She's like, such a spell would be impossible, perhaps even by a god. I've spent many, many years alone trying to find answers to the question of what happened to these lands. I can tell
Have
you
you
that if there
found
was a
some?
spell cast, well, if there was a spell cast, it would have it would have involved, and she whispers it, even though they're in another complete island, multiple high class wizards. And when I say high class, I mean very, very high, like nearly in a cloud. She's like,
So, a collective ritual to banish an entire kind of creatures
she
bounded by
she
blood.
she looks at you more excited and she goes, mm, not don't think of it as banished. She's like, what? And because she's looking at you like you're smart, like you're the teacher's pet. She's like about to get the answer from your mouth without having to say it, without having to speak. She's like, what could they have cast? What could they have cast? So that they might never come back.
A barrier spell?
She picks up a stick off from the ground and she starts drawing in the sand. And she says, and like what she writes is like, um, not to be spoken, not allowed. Um, what else would she say? Not to be spoken, not allowed. I dare you not. You do not dare.
Um, a I don't know
That spell.
the word in English is escaping my brain right now.
Oh my God, if you can get it, you're about to like, just like, my brain's gonna fry for you. That's so cool. I could never have done this. I could never have done this. This is all Tavish, by the way.
We've been
This is
plotting
from
your
her
death.
hermit feat. This is her hermit. This is from her hermit, her knowledge that she has. So it's all part of the story. Not allowed.
A, pro-
You do not
a,
dare.
prohibi-
Dare you
a, prohibi- a
It's,
prohibition spell.
she goes, or a forbiddance. Dun 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 dun.
Don't mic drop.
A worldwide forbidden spell.
Oh wow,
And
she
that will
looks at you
prevent
proud.
and that will prevent also us traveling within. But there will be something that keeps the forbiddance going on forever.
This is where my questions led me, and why I was so eager to accept this quest, this mission from our king. For the first time since I have been gathering knowledge about this incident, there seems to be a connection to that spell that was cast many hundreds of years ago. What if it's on this island? It can't be a coincidence.
But this island found a way, well, through the water. What if the forbidden spell does not extend much further from the land?
Oh, my goodness. All right. And this is why it affects my queen. Oh my
Because,
goodness.
I mean, this could be a different kind. I mean, your
No, but
queen can interfere on the land that we come from.
the magics of the forbidden spell still coating this island.
Because this has been pushed away into the
Okay.
astral plane. Well, we don't have actually old. I haven't seen many old maps. An exile spell. That's.
I'm just imagining Hennyway just like pulling out from her bag of holding, but she doesn't have any items, just like this old map.
I guess much older to before the banishing. History is written by the winners. They could have said that one person could have done this, but it could
Oh,
have been many,
eh,
as you said. It could have been
what
this island as well.
Hennyway
There could
can
be many.
use divination to do a spell one time to call on hopefully Umberly like and to ask one question. She could ask about mm, this.
We could investigate further into the island since
I'd
they
have
are peaceful enough and ask about other places that we could go to. Because if there is hidden magic or forbidden magic, we can try to trace it down.
mm,
If we find the source of everything or how this land came here, residual of how it changed place. I mean, a plane shift is not a minor magic, let alone one done on an entire island.
mm,
So somewhere in this island there must be a source of power or someone pulling the thread. This elder here clearly doesn't have enough power to do so,
no. I
and
still
he
find it
seems to be have
mm,
what? Sorry.
I still find it strange that there are Fae here though, both satyr and fairy alike.
Well, if this is a refuge or a sanctuary for the fairies, that makes sense.
I mean, but the fairies from where? Because
The
though the spell
banished
may
one.
the thing is with my studies that if the spell had been casted, if it was what I think, it would have just killed them, not made them disappear entirely.
Instead, well, killing an entire species is hard. However, there are spells that forbid the entrance of the stay of certain creatures in an area. There is literally a spell that forbid the entrance to creatures, and other spells that expel them from one plane to another.
Mm. It's
All of
good
them
to
had
have a
something in
mindset of
common.
yours on this. Maybe I shouldn't have hermited away. Maybe I could have found answers sooner had I.
Well,
No, I think I
all
did the right
Fae,
thing.
well, well, you gained certainly a lot of insight. However, I was saying the Fae share something in their blood, and it could have been used as focus to send a said spell to banish.
You know, I
And they
shivers
could
at
be
the
sent,
idea of fake blood. Ooh, yuck.
and they could be sent. They could have been sent away in the astral plane or somewhere else. They could have been sent here. He speaks of what is the graveyard of gods. What if
No,
the Fae
shivers
had
again
a
doesn't fit.
What if the Fae had a god and died?
Oh.
There are many options. We should investigate further. This seems peaceful enough, and we can use this place as our base of operation. We can even ask one of the masks to to the elder here to keep going about. They seem to be curious about us, and the Satis doesn't seem to be of malicious intent, although the ferry that escaped now said what you're talking about and left. So if they're reuniting somewhere, we must find where.
You guys see in the corner of your eyes, perhaps subtle flashes of blue light emanating from the cave where the undead is residing currently.
Hmm.
I mean, with one of those masks that filters out the poison, we could go around without expending your magic.
I don't trust that fendangly thing, but we can use it. The moment you start to feel a little bit of a, what is it, a feeling of close to being dead, you can tell me. I will give you a bubble again.
Yes, let's not squabble your power while we are in this place. We don't know how dangerous this place is, or if it's dangerous, and what part we have to play. The king sent us here to figure it out. He didn't send us here to destroy or sink this island.
He came here for us to make relations with the possible inhabitants in hopes of no war and potential trade. The fact we know they're Fey now means there's no good end to this. I worry that if we even tell him who's inhabiting this island, he'll foolhardily send soldiers and they'll all die in the fog. Oh, they all die in the fog. They would technically be for my queen. Maybe we can tell him.
They wouldn't, because they
They
would
would
die within the fog that your queen cannot touch.
would fall in the water. The water. It's blasphemous what they've done to her.
They would be undeads under Helenvor's power, not under your queen. They wouldn't be drowned. They would be poisoned and dead for his cause and not her.
To my first thought, then do you see? We cannot tell him. Oh,
Yes, but we have to figure out a way for this thing to be sorted then. If we cannot tell him, lest we start a war, we have to figure out what's the deal with this island, what this island wants, why it is here, and a way to safely sort the thing with discretion.
hmm. You know, they're quite good at discretion. I've been studying this problem for decades, and I still don't know if the king is aware of the High Wizard Counts, the group of High Wizards. You know that what it would have taken. Hmm. What if this man knows? No, no, we've asked him questions. He doesn't know anything.
Well, let's maybe take some rest, eat something after our long trip, and then reconvene in a bit and decide what to do. How about that?
I think that's all we can do.
All right. It was just to wrap it up so we can finish for
Yeah.
Yeah, to
today.
wrap it up. Yeah. My goodness. So what the shit is this? Oh, by the way, Hiniwai is now like tiptoeing everywhere because of the idea she's walking on the corpse of a god.
I know we went wild, Tavish. I'm sorry.
Oh
It
no.
was
That
a
was
moment of fear.
Well,
Right?
I don't want to say much, but I think you did well.
Thank you.
ooh.
It's these kind of things happens, and when you're a DM, you listen what the players blather about and take notes. It's like, that's possibly a nice idea for something else. A friend of mine literally
Exactly.
said once he made this setting, like, you know what, have just the very beginning of the setting and an idea, so we can start, and I'll work on it as we go on for this campaign. Sure, sure. So he present this thing, there is this like elemental imbalance or something, and he literally didn't think what it would be caused by. He just had this idea.
Oh.
And then me and other player, we talked for like 2 hours about that. And he's like, he just quietly took notes, like, all right, I have the campaign ready now. Thank you, people.
That's funny.
I think it's nice, especially because this way players contribute and they kind of pull a bit of the weight of narration.
I
A
think
lot of games,
it encourages a lot of people because there's like a lot of payoff for everyone involved. Like
yeah.
you won't expect it because you never do. But I watched like a lot of videos of people playing their little campaigns, and it's so funny how excited some of the players get when something they said offhand like then comes up again later. They're like, "No fucking way, really?" It's so cute. I love those
Yeah, yeah,
moments
yeah, 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 yeah.
when I'm watching streams and shit. I'm like, "Oh, it's literally what pushed me over the edge this year." I was like, "I'm gonna join one."
Val is really good at pulling the shit because he already pulled all our stories out.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't even know what was gonna happen with my character at all because like I had like the bio and like in my head I actually had the whole story, but then at the same time like you don't give all like the DM
Yeah.
gets to choose and everything has gone so differently, but also like she's a completely different character from who I thought, but she's so much better.
I don't know. For Galturian, I sent something about